back to zero. Kasi pag back to zero, doon mo mararamdaman yung pag-akyat mo. Hindi mo iisipin na nandito ako and then after nun, okay, nahihirapan ka.
Kumusta kabayan? Welcome to Kabayan Inc., the podcast where we share kwento, sip some kape, and dive deep into life here in Canada. Every week, we'll sit down with inspiring Filipino Canadians as they share their journey from the challenges of being a newcomer to the successes they have built here in the Great White North. If you're looking for real talk, relatable stories, and a sense of community, you're in the right place. So grab your kape, get comfy, and join the conversation. Our special guest for today, si Sis Mary Ann Tibayan Eli.
Salamat sa invite na ma-interview at ma-share ang aking own experience sa pagiging immigrant.
That's good. Nung dumating ka dito, sabi mo, kasama mo yung family mo, right? So,
Yeah.
mother, father, and then yung mga siblings mo, ilan nga ulit kayo sa family?
Yan, alam ni Brother Fred. Brother Fred. Meron akong, so 5 kaming siblings, tapos yung mom and dad ko. So total kaming 7 na nag-migrate noong 2007. Pero at that time, kasi, ano pa yun nung panahon na yun, yung Dropbox pa, yung application, right? I don't know if you remember, no? Yun. So, medyo matagal yung processing.
So hindi kayo nag-go through sa agency, nag-apply kayo, yung parents mo on their own, and you guys as dependents?
Yes. So si mom ko yung principal applicant, and then kasama na niya kami. And then yun nga, matagal yung nun kasi papers pa, hindi pa siya online. So it took a while.
And straight from the Philippines kayo pumunta directly kumbaga to Canada, hindi na kayo punta ng Middle East or kagaya ng ibang pamilya, nag-apply doon. So from the Philippines kayo?
Yes. Direkta from the Philippines. So ma-share ko lang ng konti kung bakit ko nasabing matagal. If I remember it correctly, parang 17 or 18 years old na ako nung nag-apply yung mom ko. Pero 6 years after pa kami na naaprubahan at nakuha namin yung visas namin. So, dun sa 6 years na yon, we thought parang wala na siguro. And then suddenly, ayan na siya.
So nung dumating na yung visa, did you guys go right away? Nag-intay muna kayo or paano yung proseso?
I've heard from different stories of immigrants nung batch namin, nung mga panahon namin, iba-iba pero yung amin parang nagkataon na February dumating yung visa, and then yung expiry ng visa is March.
Ang bilis.
So parang 1 month preparation lang. Pero parang sa pagkakatanda ko, alam naman namin na parating na.
Mhm.
So at this time, 6 years from when I was 18, I was working na. So naabisuhan ko na rin yung company ko na, anytime, bigla na lang ako magre-resign ha, huwag na kayo magugulat. So yun.
So dahil kumbaga nung 18 yung nag-start yung application mo, and then 6 years, right? Dumating yung visa. So 24 ka na, naka-graduate ka na ng university nun, and nag-start ka na magtrabaho.
Yes, nagtatrabaho na ako noon, and kung 24, I can say na at that time medyo alam mong stable na yung company. If
Mhm.
kahit nasabihin mo at that time, kahit on my end, parang let's say mga 3 years na ako dun sa company. So I know na, stable na to, okay na
Mhm.
to, parang ganun, yeah.
Kumbaga nabigla ka na lang 'no, I mean na alam mo na padating na yung visa niyo, pero nabigla ka ba na eto na aalis na ako and yung adjustments and everything, kinabahan ka ba? Ano yung pakiramdam mo?
Actually, magandang tanong 'yan 'no. So, parang even though alam namin na parating na, iniintay na lang namin. Pero yung gap kasi is like
Mhm.
1 month lang, eh. So, mabilisan. Lahat ng kailangang ibenta, benta na. Marami na ngang hindi nabenta. So, parang yung family ko from my mom's side and my dad's side, sila na lang yung, "O sige, anong kukunin mo? Iyon na
Sila
'tong
na lang.
couch." Ganyan. Gano'n na. Tapos yun na yung mabilisan na pagpapaalam sa mga kaibigan. So yung mga kapatid ko at saka may mga kanya-kanya kaming mga farewell party sa mga kaibigan namin. Oo, yun na natatandaan ko. Pero yun nga, at that time, parang hindi pa masyadong nagsisink in. Actually, ako personally, siguro nagsink in na lang sa akin na ito na talaga to nung nasa airport na siguro kami dito sa Pearson. Pero yung travel and all parang, "Ay hindi siguro." Ay parang okay, pero hindi mo pa nararamdaman talaga kung gaano ka-big yung leap na tatahakin mo, eh. Pero ako personally siguro nung pagdating ko na lang sa Pearson na, andito na ako. And then at that time pa March kami dumating.
Oo,
And that was like, I think
malamig pa nun.
one of the worst winter at that time. So,
Mhm,
tapos, 'di ba, parang culture shock na nga, pati pa yung
mhm,
weather,
mhm.
nakadagdag. Tapos at that time kasi sa Mississauga kami nagstay sa auntie ko. Eh, 'di ba malapit sa airport?
Oo.
I remember there were times na wala kang masyadong ginagawa, siyempre naghihintay ka pa ng work, 'di
Mhm.
ba, ganyan. Tapos matatanong mo yung Pearson sa pinto mo.
Gusto mo na umuwi agad.
Parang, hindi mo alam kung ano yung mararamdaman mo na, okey kumpleto naman kayo, 'di
Mhm.
ba? Pero other than that, yung buhay mo naiwan na dun, eh.
So, nahirapan ba kayo dun sa adjustment niyo nung after niyo dumating dito?
Siguro mahirap kung sa mahirap kasi unang-una yung weather, hindi ka
Mhm,
sanay. Um at saka sa pagkakaalam ko walang ni isa, well actually siguro, aside from my mom na
mhm,
nag-travel na siya, sa mga iba-ibang countries in Asia, wala pang at saka yung dad ko pala minsan pumupunta ng States. Pero kami magkakapatid wala pang nakakaalis sa'min ng Philippines.
mhm.
And I think ako pa lang ang nakasakay ng airplane sa amin tapos pa Ilocos lang.
Short
Other than
trip.
Oo, other than that, wala na. So yun ang, naaalala ko is yung weather talaga isa sa pinakamalaking adjustment for sure. Kasi nga coming from a tropical country.
Mhm,
Tapos ano pa yun, I think one of the worst winter season pa.
mhm,
Tapos talagang nakaka-culture shock, at that time. Pero, the thing that I can remember is, since sama-sama kaming pamilya,
mhm,
medyo naibsan yung parang hindi masyadong mabigat yung
mhm.
pakiramdam.
So, dahil meron kang parang support system na rin dun, right? Intact kayo as a family, mas madali kang nakapag-adjust in some ways, right? Or
Yes.
nakatulong yun. Now, isa sa mga nakakausap ko din, isang paraan para makapag-adjust sila is magkaroon ng trabaho. Ilang months ka before ka nagkatrabaho nung pagdating niyo?
So, I remember this very clearly. Kasi nga, ako yung eldest sa sibling, no?
Mhm,
Tapos, so for me, yung experience ko with having a job sa Philippines, sabi ko, hindi ako mahihirapan.
mhm.
Ganyan. 'Di ba? Kung kunwari tatawagan ako for interview, madadalian ako, hindi ako mahihirapan. Tapos yung CV ko, yung resume ko, naka-ready naman yan.
Naka-ready na.
Okey lang. So sabi ko hindi ako mahihirapan, pero ako yung pinakahuling nagkatrabaho. It took me, I think 4 months, 4 lonely months. 4 months bago ako nagka-work. Yung mom ko, dad ko nagka-work na, yung mga kapatid ko I think parang parang 1 week lang ata may work na sila, yung
Ang
mga kapatid
bilis.
ko. Yeah. So, ako talaga yung pinakamatagal, mga gano'n
And ano
4 months din.
4 months. And ano yung first job mo dito sa Canada?
Yung first job ko is, customer service representative. Well, yun naman kasi talaga yung background ko rin sa
Sa
Philippines.
Philippines?
So yun, customer service representative, pero I stayed on that company for I think 6 years din ako nagstay doon sa company na yun. Medyo matagal
Mhm.
din. Matagal din. So yun, however, yung ano naman, yung struggle naman there is yung commute ko kasi right at that time, I'm staying in Scarborough and then East York or North York yung area. So magta-transfer pa ako ng I think tatlong bus. Yun yung struggle pero 'di ba, nag-stay ako dun ng 6 years. So, yung unang job
That's
ko.
good. And dun sa 6 years na nagtrabaho ka, did you ever na-experience mo ba siyempre bago ka, na-experience mo ba yung, discrimination na na sa coworker or sa supervisor mo?
Actually, parang wala akong matandaan na masasabi kong naramdaman ko na na-discriminate ako. Kasi, I think one reason na naka-help is medyo merong, maliit na community yung mga Filipinos dun sa company.
Oh,
So,
nice.
may nakatulong na sabay-sabay kayong magla-lunch tapos 'pag may
Mhm,
bagong empleyado na Pilipino, kinakausap namin kaagad, so
mhm,
welcome agad, ganyan, magsasama-sama kami mag-lunch, gano'n. Pero, one incident that I can remember very vividly is yung
mhm,
maintenance person namin nakausap ko. And then this was I think I was, siguro mga less than a month pa lang ako sa company. And then we
mhm,
were talking about, certain certain like, "How was your weekend? What did you do in
mhm,
the weekend?" Blah, 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 ganyan. And then sabi niya, "Where are you from?" Sabi ko, "I'm from the Philippines." Tapos sabi niya, "Oh, really? Yeah, I just moved here just this year." Ganyan, ganyan.
mhm.
So parang sabi niya, "Really? Your English is very perfect."
That's
Yeah, so parang
oo,
thinking niya kasi Philippines is, hindi 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 tayo, hindi tayo sanay sa English or what. So sabi ko, "No, kasi ano siya, second language namin
oo,
siya." And
tinuturo na yun, eh,
siya sa
yeah.
school from like grade 1
Ye
tinuturo na agad, sabi ko.
mhm.
So, talagang karamihan ng mga Filipinos marunong talaga mag-English.
Kasi tayo naman ever since bata pa, yung medium of, sa education, yung teaching, yung mga teachers natin, 'di ba, kasama na yung English, may subject tayo na English, eh. Now, going back dun sa unang pagdating niyo dito, mu yung nakausap mo ba yung parents mo or napag-usapan niyo ba as a family, ano yung what made you decide na mag-move dito sa Canada? Knowing na, I guess, established na rin yung parents mo dun and ikaw nagtatrabaho ka na. So, as a family, bakit kayo nag-decide mag-move dito? And you personally, knowing na may trabaho ka na, what made you decide na, "Sige, sama ako sa Canada?"
Actually, you know what? That's a very good question because I can't really remember me actually personally asking them what was their primary reason na nag-apply sila.
Mhm,
I think. Parang hindi hindi pa namin siya napagkuwentuhan. Ay siguro parang sa akin, inisip ko na lang na it's, the usual,
mhm,
greener pasture, it's for the family. I mean, we have a big family, no? Hindi naman, I mean, parang 5 anak, medyo marami-rami yun, di ba? So parang, siguro inisip ko na lang, this is just me thinking na maybe the reasons were like that, greener
mhm,
pastures for the family. Pero yung siguro pinaka-reason nila per se is I think hindi ko pa sila nakakausap. Pero yung second question mo, yan, may sagot ako kasi syempre akin yan.
yeah,
So, dyan actually, I can remember, sinabi ko talaga sa dad ko na iwan niyo na lang ako.
oh,
Oo, kasi, alam ko ano na ako, okey na ako dun sa company. I was working in the biggest electric company in the Philippines, and I was working there for 3 years. Nasasabi ko, "Okey na ako dito, okey na
mhm,
ako dito. Iwan niyo na lang kaya ako."
mhm,
Gano'n. So, si daddy sabi niya, "No, hindi. Nag-apply tayo as a family. We will move as a family."
mhm.
And then he even said, "If you think Canada's not for you, papapamasahiin pa kita to go back." right? And then me thinking at that time, nung hindi pa nakakaalis, sabi ko, you know what? I'll just treat it as a vacation. Why not, right? If it
Yeah.
doesn't work, I can
Mhm.
just go back, right? Pero kasi yung thinking ko noon, for you to be able to, for you to be given a chance
Mhm.
to move to Canada or even actually visit Canada, it's
Mhm.
very rare at that
Mhm.
time. It's very rare.
Yeah.
Pero yung pag nasa Canada ka kasi makakabalik ka ng Pilipinas eh. Pero
Oo.
yung chance na binigay sa'yo na
No.
makapunta ng Canada,
Canada.
yun na yun, that's it. Hindi na yun mauulit. So sabi ko,
Totoo.
okay, fine, sige, try natin. Then I went. And then sabi ko, nung nandito na ako, you know what, I'm of age. I might start my family, I
Mhm.
didn't know, right, back then. Sabi ko, I think it's better for me to stay. And then I'm here.
Hindi naman kaya, um, hindi ba naging challenge sa'yo yung pagpunta dito dahil, may maiiwan ka? Si Upeng.
Actually, side note, hindi pa kami in a relationship ng aking
Oh,
hubby at that time.
I
So,
see.
technically, wala akong maiiwan.
Wala pala,
Wala pa.
okey.
Me going back now, meron pala, no? Meron pala akong dadalhin.
And, that's good. And, nag-asawa kayo ni Upeng after ilang years ka na dito nun?
2007, 8, 9, 10. 10. 2010. So, mga 3 years.
3 years. Mas madali ba sa'yo na may kasama ka, yung asawa mo na or dun sa adjustment or or same lang?
I think you mean yung kung may mauuna,
Mm,
tapos mag-settle muna.
oo.
Oo. I think it's a case-to-case basis.
Mhm,
Kasi for my end, it work. Kasi nandito na ako.
mhm,
Medyo, I mean, I'm not well established, pero I've settled in.
mhm,
So, nung dinala ko siya, nagpakasal kami, nagkaroon kami ng family, it wasn't hard for me to tell him, no, kaya.
mhm,
Huwag kang matatakot kasi kinaya ko, so kaya mo rin. Parang
mhm,
gano'n. Pero on the other end naman, with other friends that I had that they went here as a whole family, right? Like with me, with my
mhm,
whole family, it worked then kasi even though you're not settled, you're trying to settle in
mhm,
pero as a family. So
mhm,
the support was
mhm,
there. Compared to kunwari ang asawa lang pupunta dito like
yeah,
yung mga iba nating kababayan no pupunta sila mag-isa lang sila
mhm,
magse-settle in. So syempre nandun yung homesickness, yung
mhm,
mga ganun. Nagkataon lang na sa akin it worked with me and my whole family when we went here kasi
mhm,
yung support nandun and then with me starting my own family it kind of worked as well because I have settled in already. So
mhm,
I can just let him know, no, we can do this because I
yes,
did it on my own. So we can do this now we're two, right? And
mhm.
then now we're four.
Mas madali yung ano 'no, yung challenges mo dito kung meron kang kasama sa buhay.
I can say na kasi yung problema mo nagiging problema nyo,
Mhm,
'di ba? Or yung saya mo nagiging saya nyo. Parang meron kang kasama palagi sa lahat ng may it be a failure or like a strength or whatever.
yes. And nung nag-start na kayo ng pamilya, nung mag-asawa, nagkaroon kayo ng anak, do you see nahirapan ba kayong, yung sa cultural differences dito sa Canada? Dahil lumaki tayo sa Pilipinas, right? So may mga differences din naman na yung paglaki sa Canada and paglaki natin dun sa Pilipinas. How do you manage that dun sa mga anak niyo?
Yeah, good question yan, Kasi you're still trying to interject to them that, hey guys, you're Filipino still, right?
Mhm,
You can still like want to instill to them the traditions that we have, the norms that we have back home.
mhm,
So it's a continuous work. It's a work in progress, if I
mhm,
may say, no? Parang palagang kailangan lang ulit-ulitin sa kanila one with my kids I tried to teach them for
mhm.
them to actually speak in Tagalog.
Very nice.
However, syempre pag nandito ka sa Canada kahit na yung family mo man nandiyan, 'di ba? darating at darating sa point na kakailanganin mo na maaaring kailanganin mo na mag-daycare ang mga bata.
Totoo.
So kung nagde-daycare yung mga bata, medyo mahihirapan ka na kailangan yung matutong magsalita ng Tagalog kasi when they're in the daycare, 'di ba? English ang naririnig
English
nila.
lang sila, yeah.
So English din ang ire-reply nila. And then sa bahay, kailangan pipilitin mo mag-Tagalog. So medyo baka malito. Even though I've heard no na when kids are still young, they can actually absorb a lot of languages compared to adults.
Adults, yeah.
Pero I think it was a struggle for me at that time. Kaya ang ginawa ko na lang, okay, basta makaintindi lang kayo ng Tagalog. So yun, so ngayon, nakakaintindi sila ng Tagalog kahit malalaki na sila, tatagalogin ko sila and then ang reply nila English.
English na. Ganyan talaga. Kahit kami rin, nahirapan din kaming turuan ng Tagalog. So, English, nakakaintindi ng mga Tagalog words, ganyan. In that regard, may mga instances ba na nag-access kayo ng mga Filipino community center or resources? Kasi may mga programs din na or may mga community centers na meron silang mga Filipino language, nagtuturo sila ganyan, or sa trabaho, nung bago ka, did you ever access a Filipino community center for resources or yeah?
I think sa kids, no? Sa kids side, I think there was one time when actually during COVID, it was offered sa school board na magkaroon ng Philippine or like international language during summer. Siyempre, during summer, nandyan yung kailangan busy ang mga bagets. 'Di ba? Kailangan
Totoo.
busy, kailangan sila, palagi silang nagtatanong, anong gagawin natin bukas?
Yeah. Anong schedule?
Yes, anong schedule sa weekend, ganyan. Hindi pa natatapos ang weekend na ito, tinatanong na nila ang susunod na weekend. So yan, but it was offered sa school board. So sabi ko, why not? And it was COVID time, so it was online. So yan, nagtagalog yung panganay ko, nagtagalog class siya. Pero it didn't help, maybe a bit, kasi may mga songs naman sila. So yun yung nai-instill, no? But with me, when I started here, nung nag-migrate kami, hindi pumasok sa isip ko na maghanap ng Filipino communities like that offers, for new immigrants. However, what I actually did with that 3 or 4 months waiting period when I was looking for a job, I did actually went on a new immigrants community. But it's open for everybody. I did went there and I did the course. Kasi wala akong ginagawa. So I went there and they taught us actually a lot of great things na it's different from back home with regards to job hunting, doing your CVs, your resumes,
yeah.
When you're doing your interviews, yung sinasabi lang, Canadian experience, yan. Ano ba yun? Ganyan. So, yan, tinuro nila yan. And the best thing is, yung mga communities na nag-offer ng mga ganyang courses for new immigrants is, binibigyan kanila ng stub, ng ticket for the bus.
Yes.
Binibigyan nila kasi nga syempre wala akong work eh. So paano ako makakarating kung hindi ako makakapag mag-pay ng transportation?
Commute, yes.
So they also offer that back and forth, which is actually good, and that's the thing that I can actually remember that helped me a lot.
Yung bago ka dito kasi, right? So naiwan yung mga sets of friends mo. Paano ka nakapag-adjust dito in terms of yung social life, right? Kasi kailangan din natin dito yung aside from our family, right? Yung community mo outside your family, how did you establish that and how or ano yung mga sinalihan?
Member ako nun sa church sa back home. So that's actually the first thing I did when actually before I left, yung mga heads namin sa church sa Philippines, nakipag-coordinate na ako sinong contact nyo sa Canada. Yeah, so tapos nila in-endorse.
In-endorse, yes.
In-endorse nila ako, and then they gave me actually two people. They gave me 2 people. O saan ka malapit? Ganyan. And then yun, tapos doon doon ako nakapag-start ng social life ko, kung masasabi ko, yan. So diyan nag-start ang lahat. Kasi napapansin ko kasi sa mga Filipinos kahit na taga Visayas or taga Luzon,
Mhm.
Manila or whatever, basta pag
Mhm.
nagkita, nagki-click agad
Yes.
no? Tapos meron kang sense of belongingness, right?
Mhm.
Meron kang sense of belongingness. So doon nag-start 'yon, and then
Mhm.
doon tayo nag-meet, right? Yan. So yun yung hanggang sa lumaki na ng lumaki yung environment mo socially because of that. And then yun na yung nadagdag na yung meron ka ng sets of friends sa work,
Mhm.
or may other set of friends ka pa. Pero yung ako personally, doon nag-start yung social life ko sa
Mhm.
church community natin.
Sa church community. So you would suggest na dun sa mga bagong dating dito or dun sa mga nagpaplano, kung meron silang group of or sa church nila, maybe they can coordinate na baka may kilala dito para pagdating nila dito, meron na agad na support system at community na pwede nilang lapitan, right?
Yeah, at saka kasi kung meron naman silang affiliation, yung Philippines nilang group, merong
Mhm.
affiliation in here in Canada, yung ano, hindi na masyadong malaki yung adjustment.
Mhm.
Kasi kung ano yung norm doon sa organization na yon, most likely parehas din yon kahit na nasa ibang region ng world
Mhm.
siya, 'di ba? Kung how if it's like a church community, how they pray, it's gonna be
Mhm.
probably the same, right?
Mhm.
You know, if it's a religion, of
Mhm.
course it's gonna be the same, right?
Mhm.
Traditions and everything is gonna be the same, whether it's in the Philippines or in Canada. And then most likely to, if kahit na church, pero ang hinahanap mo naman is yung talagang kapwa Pilipino, pwede rin silang maghanap ng mga community or group na talagang Filipino lang, ganyan, di ba?
Mhm.
Kaya if you're like yourself, if you're a realtor back
Mhm.
home, look for a realtor company of Filipinos in ano naman, in Canada rin, pwede rin 'yon. Pero
Mhm.
I think it help a lot kung especially yung you're building your network
Mhm.
So yun yung maganda sa lahat. Kung doon ka rin magsa-start socially.
That's good. Now shifting dun sa work mo, um, would you be able to share to us kung ano yung mga like ano yung success, ano yung proudest achievement na na-achieve mo dito sa
I
Canada?
think one would be um I have been here from 2007, pero 3 kumpanya lang ang naserban ko. No,
Mhm.
hindi ako nagkaranas ng papalit-palitan sa
Mhm.
Canada is if the company doesn't need you anymore, or like
Yes,
may redundancy sa position or whatever, they can
pwede
just
na alisin, yeah.
alisin or whatever. And then of course that's gonna be a struggle for that person to
Mhm.
look for another job. That's why, minsan nagpapapalit-palit
Mhm.
ng company. Pero I think I'm with my end, I think I'm proud to just say that 3 kumpanya pa lang, and pangatlo na yung ngayon.
And
Diba? Yung current kong company.
current mong company.
Oo, and if I may say, yung transition ng companies, they may be around the same, customer service, sales
Mhm.
administrator type of job.
Mhm.
The things that I learned from the first company, I brought it to the second company, and then it worked. And then
Mhm.
some of my supervisor or my manager like, oh, that can help, right?
Mhm.
Oh, that can be done. Okay,
Mhm.
that will make our life easier, right?
Mhm.
And then those ones that I have absorbed on the second company, I brought it with me as well
Yes.
doon sa current company ko. And then I must say that I'm hopeful na they're actually they like how I work and
Mhm.
whatever. And I've been brought to
Mhm.
I've been to Europe because of
Mhm.
that. Yeah, kasi nga yung hinahandle ko currently is Europe region. So
Very
nag
nice.
kami ng conference sa Europe and they sent me there.
Very good, ang galing.
So yeah, yan ang achievement. Nakapag-Europe na ng konti.
Dumating ka dito, meron kasi na katulad ng father mo and mother mo na established na sa Pilipinas, but then they decided to move here and mataas na yung position nila and they have to start over. What would you advise dun sa mga magma-migrate dito or mga nandito na na bagong Canadians or Filipino-Canadians?
Meron akong best friend who recently arrived. Well, not really recent. Siguro parang mga 4 years na rin sila.
Mhm,
Pero inabutan sila ng pandemic. So
mhm,
that's why I think it's still recent, no, kahit
mhm,
mga 4 years na sila. And when she actually told me that they're planning to come here, and I must say they're well established na in the Philippines.
mm,
Told her right off the bat, walang pili-pili ah.
mhm,
Wag mamimili starting to build yourself. Kailangan talagang mag-start ka sa mababa or kung ano
mhm,
yung available. Which
mhm,
is, I mean, it probably saddens like,
mhm,
other people thinking about it na hindi nila alam yung culture sa Canada na, okay, papasok sa retail,
mhm,
right? Na, magre-retail ako, mga
mhm.
ganyan-ganyan, 'di ba?
Totoo,
Cleaning, right?
totoo.
Cleaning. Pero kasi dun talaga magsisimula eh. Kasi
Mhm,
um, kailangan mong kumita una, 'di ba?
mhm.
Kailangan mo magbayad ng bills mo. Hindi
Totoo.
naman porke dumating ka dito wala kang bills, 'di ba? Kailangan mo mag-ipon o di
Mhm,
kaya may mga iba na meron pa rin silang papadalhan sa Pilipinas, so kailangan din
totoo.
nila padala. Dun sila magsa-start. Pero marami silang maririnig ng mga success stories with
Mhm,
other Filipino immigrants as well na hindi naman sila nagstay doon,
mhm,
'di ba? Umakyat din sila. It may be nag-aral sila ulit, right? Or they just acquired that knowledge and then they
mhm.
applied it to a certain
Yeah.
licensing or whatever, right? So basta sabi ko talaga sa kanya, wag na muna mamimili sa simula. As in
Mhm,
literal. Sabi ko, I'm being really, parang real talk lang.
mhm.
Wag na munang mamimili and then from then on, saka na lang aakyat ng aakyat ng aakyat.
Did you do continuing education for that or ano yung sa experience mo?
With my experience, no, I did not.
Mhm,
Suggested siya, oo,
mhm,
sinasuggest siya palagi ng mom and my dad ko, mag-aral ka ulit.
mhm,
Actually, from the start pa lang, mag-aral ka ulit, mag-aral ka ulit. However, you also have to consider also the budget one, right?
oo.
The budget. Meron pa tayong extra na pagkukuhanan
Yeah.
nung licensing na gusto mong makuha or
Mhm,
like additional learning na gusto mong
mhm,
makuha. Right? I think I will suggest, even though I didn't do it, pero sa mga naririnig ko, with family members or other friends, they did
mhm.
it. And it might help, no? Research.
Research, yeah.
Mag-research lang sila. Kasi, the government might have grants,
Grants, yes.
right?
Bursaries, yes.
Grants na wala kang ika-cash out, sila na ang tutulong sa'yo,
Mhm,
or maybe there's a company out there or your own company out there that might subsidize, right?
mhm,
Subsidize a part or like maybe
mhm,
a whole, why not, right?
mhm,
Ng continuing studies mo. Kasi alam nila, makakatulong din yun sa company nila. May mga
mhm,
ganon din kasing instances. Basta research lang with what the government can offer, what your current company can offer, right? As much as possible, kung medyo malilesen yung budget na iaalat dun sa continue learning na
mhm,
gusto nyo ma-accomplish, syempre mas maganda, right? Pero sa akin, hindi ko na yon ginawa kasi walang budget. Walang budget pero nakatulong yung
mhm.
pagta-transition. And then at the same time also, kung may mga ino-offer naman na mga conferences or additional learnings yung company, join.
Dun
Why
sa
not?
family mo dito ngayon, how are you managing na na palakihin yung mga bata with the, you know, trabaho? Did you get help from your parents, sa mga kapatid mo? And how does that work?
Actually, a great story. Because
Mhm,
when we came here,
mhm.
2007, it only took us 11 months for us to be able to get our own house.
Oh, nice, nice. Bilis.
Yes. Kasi naririnig namin, no, yung mga stories ng mga Filipinos na na-encounter namin na they're still renting,
Mhm.
right? Mga ganon. Pero kasi on their case, maybe, sole earner lang,
Yeah.
one breadwinner lang, 'di ba? So kaya ganon yung nagwo-work sa kanila. However, yung amin, yung dami namin ng magkakapatid, medyo nakatulong. Kasi, oo, marami naman tayo.
Nakaipon kayo?
Yes, parang, okay, marami namang workforce sa company natin, so why not? Let's try, let's check
Yeah.
it out, right? So, we check it out and it worked out na basta pagsasamahin lang yung income ng, okay, kulang 'to,
Mhm.
sunod ganyan,
Yeah.
nakaipon and then kaya yon nakakuha kami ng house. And at I may say yung house na nakuha namin, it was outdated, it
Mhm.
was old, but it has many rooms.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, okay na to kahit outdated, kasya
Mhm.
tayo lahat.
Mhm.
So that's why we all went there and then slowly, nang nagkakaroon na kami ng mga pamilya, saka kami nagmo-move out.
Mhm.
Yun. So nakatulong yun, nasama-sama kami, may mga anak kami, meron palaging tao sa bahay
Mhm.
na magbabantay muna kahit mga few hours kasi yan ang medyo hirap tayo.
Oo.
Kasi sa Philippines, malaki yung support system mo eh.
Yeah.
Kahit sino, meron kang, ate, pag-iinuwanan ko lang mga 2 oras lang, ganyan. Dito, hindi. Meron ka ngang support system, however, minsan magkakalayo kayo ng bahay.
Mhm.
So, kung iiwan mo man, magta-travel ka pa, babalik
Mhm.
ka pa, tapos babalikan mo na naman yung anak mo, 'di ba? But
Totoo.
it's a work in progress. I mean, if that works for you, why not? Basta makakatulong sa company. Pero nung
Mhm.
amin, yun, nakatulong yun na nagsama-sama muna kami sa isang bahay and then slowly, nung nagkaroon kami ng mga pamilya, saka
Mhm.
kami na nag-move out. So yun, nakatulong yun.
That's good, that's good. And, what would you say yung ano yung biggest sacrifice mo na ginawa nung dumating ka na dito sa Canada, dun sa life journey mo since you came here noong 2007 up to now? Ano yung biggest sacrifice mo?
Siguro yung sacrifice na ano, wag kong iisipin kung ano ko sa Pilipinas.
Mhm.
Yun. Kasi nga, like what I've said, no, it took me like 3-4 months to have been employed.
Mhm.
So wala akong kita or whatsoever.
Mhm.
My brothers, they have their work already. There was this one time I can remember vividly, outlet, alam mo na. Kasi
Oo.
mga outlet sa mga Pilipino, wala na pag mga bago. Punta kami ng
Shopping.
yes, shopping. Kasi mga ano pa kami no'n, single pa. So
Oo,
siyempre yung
yes.
income amin. But at
Mhm.
that time, wala pa nga akong work. Pero
Mhm.
yung mga brothers ko, "Ate, pilit ka na.
Nice.
Ikaw na lang ang pumili." Ganyan, 'di ba? Pero parang, bakit ako? Dapat nga ako yung unang magbibigay. Parang
Mhm.
nandun yung thinking na panganay ako, pero ako yung huling nagkaroon ng trabaho. And then, yun nga iniisip ko kasi, okay yung kumpanya ko, okay yung posisyon ko dun,
Hmm.
pero dapat hindi mo yun iisipin. Talagang dapat back to zero ka pagdating mo dito. Back to zero, kasi pag back to zero, dun mo mararamdaman yung pag-akyat mo. Hindi mo iisipin na nandito ako, and then after nun, um, okay, nahihirapan ka.
So you would say na mindset talaga is very important din when you move here na dapat ready ka to face yung mga challenges na, I know established ka na nga sa Pilipinas, then moving here, you have to be ready dun sa mga yung mindset mo para malampasan mo yung mga challenges.
If you're planning to move here, you research, you hear stories, right? And you'll be like,
Mhm.
okay. You just absorb it. Pero yung mindset mo kung hindi pa rin nagbabago,
Mhm.
yun, doon ka mahihirapan kasi nandun ka pa rin eh nasa Pilipinas ako, comfort
Mhm.
zone ko to, right?
Mhm.
Dapat talagang magba-back to zero ka para at least ma-appreciate mo yung journey na tinatahak mo at that time. Kaya iniisip ko, yun yung parang it may be a cliche. They will
Mhm.
always say cliche mindset. That's
Yeah.
nothing, right? Pero
Mhm.
it takes kasi the mind it's not just a muscle eh. You know,
Mhm.
kaya nga nasa head siya eh kasi
Yeah.
it overlaps, or I don't want to say overlaps, pero it helps you, think of better things, or like think
Mhm.
of the positive side kahit na medyo
Mhm.
nahihirapan ka. Kasi pag sinabi mo, "Hindi, kaya yan." The body follows eh somehow,
Mhm.
I think yun eh, the body follows. Kaya talaga yung mindset mo, though you've researched, okay, sa Canada ganyan,
Mhm.
pero dapat talaga i-prepare mo rin yung mindset mo. Hindi yung
Yes.
tanggap ka lang ng tanggap. Kailangan talaga i-prepare mo talaga yung, ito na yung buhay ko. Yun.
Mhm. Sa ating mga Filipinos, malaking bahagi ng buhay natin yung religion, right? Yung faith natin. Sa iyong journey dito sa Canada, how has your faith helped you dun sa life journey mo?
It helped a lot. Kasi nga dun din ako kumuha ng lakas socially, eh,
Mhm.
right? Ayun yung una kong naisip na, okay, kailangan ko magkaroon ng network, kailangan ko magkaroon ng kaibigan, kailangan ko ma 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 ma-feel ko ulit yung sense of belongingness, and yun yung una kong
Mhm.
naisip. uh, Let me search for my group in the church. Baka may
Mhm.
affiliation sa Canada.
Yeah.
Or mas malapit, mas maganda, right? And then, kasi yun yung nakatulong na hindi lang kayo iisang nationality, hindi lang kayo
Mhm.
parehas na Pilipino, pero yung belief nyo
Mhm.
religiously,
Mhm.
iisa lang din. So,
Mhm.
mas nakakatulong. Even though I'm not saying na hindi makakatulong, no? Makakatulong pa rin na, okay, Filipino community or your own sense of group na you will feel belong or whatever na iba-iba kayo ng religion. It will
Mhm.
help. Basta meron kang sense of belongingness,
Mhm.
makakatulong at makakatulong sa'yo. But in that sense, it helped a bit more, if I may say.
Mhm.
It helped a bit more kasi yung pinagkukunan nyo ng lakas,
Mhm.
yung belief nyo na okay, it may be a struggle for others, right?
Yeah.
Ikaw mismo nagsa-struggle ka, pero makikita mo yung mga iba mong kaibigan mas nagsa-struggle, pero because
Mhm.
of their belief, because of their faith, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Parang wala lang sa kanila. So para
Mhm.
saan pa ako na magrereklamo on my own
Mhm.
struggle, right? So yun
Mhm.
yung kaya nakatulong din siya ng sobrang malaki for
Mhm.
my journey, I may say.
So it helped na yung religion din sa pagpapalaki sa mga bata.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Kasi it transcends, eh. So
Mhm.
kumbaga parang kung ano yung ginawa nung parents ko sa akin, nakita ko
Mhm.
na nakatulong siya sa akin.
Mhm.
My own growth as a person, nakatulong siya sa akin. So
Mhm.
naisip ko, why not? I could instill that as well to my kids.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if time happens, right, na they're older, they know better, they found something else, the different religion, I don't know, but
Mhm.
hopefully not, right? But if they feel that they belong more, or they
Mhm.
can grow more in,
Mhm.
being a person or whatever, they can grow more, then that's gonna be their own decision at that point,
Mhm.
right? Pero I think if I would instill to them that faith is very important, religion is
Mhm.
very important, then if in the future they will think, otherwise,
Mhm.
matatranscend pa rin yun, eh, na
Mhm.
hindi sila basta-basta mag-iiba ng faith,
Mhm.
pag-iisipan nilang mabuti. Ito ba
Mhm.
talaga dapat? Ito ba yung
Mhm.
makakatulong sa akin?
Mhm.
Kaya iniisip ko rin na basta maayos lang yung pagta-transcend ko, yung hindi siya pilit,
Mhm.
hindi siya pilit. Kasi nakikita ko on kids nowadays, yung mga, ano man tawag doon, Gen X ba yan?
Ano na sila Gen Z na ba? Or
Ewan ko. Yun, ang
yeah.
nakikita ko sa kanila more so sa nakikita nila, eh.
Mhm.
Kahit anong sabi mo, wala, dadaan lang dito, lalabas lang, ganyan, eh. Pero kung nakikita nila na, okay, nagwo-work sa parents ko, nagwo-work sa mom ko, nagwo-work sa dad ko, so
Mhm.
gayahin ko rin.
Mhm.
Parang gano'n. Parang at that point, I mean, at this time, yun yung nagwo-work, 'no? Kasi
Mhm.
yun ang nakikita ko, eh, yung being a
Mhm.
parent, it's a evolution, eh, right?
Yes, yes. It's always a work in progress, eh.
Always a work in progress. Something that is working at this phase in time with them may
Mhm.
not be working the next phase, right?
True, that's true.
Yeah.
Kasi tayo din nung lumalaki tayo sa Pilipinas, the values that we learned from our parents dun sa school is different here. Mas makikita mo 'di ba, mas marami ng iba't ibang mga, ideas na nanggagaling sa kasi iba-ibang kultura, very diverse, right, ang Canada, ang Toronto especially, right, dito sa atin. Now, ang importante lang sa atin as dun sa faith nga natin is we teach them dun yung good values. At the end of the day, ang ang thinking din namin mag-asawa is, every religion, it's teaching the same, like, do no evil, love, fairness, yung mga gano'n, right? Now, if you are going to um, talk to your younger self noong 2007, knowing na ilang years na yon na nakalipas, right? Ano yung, what would you say to that younger Mary Ann?
Maglalabas ka ba ng mirror?
Oh, yan, mirror, sabi ganun.
Joke. I think I would say, enjoy the journey. I think, yeah. Enjoy the journey. Absorb mo lahat ng kaya mong i-absorb, right? You will make certain mistakes along the way, but I'll definitely assure you, Mary Ann, right, that you will learn. You will learn from that mistakes and you will stumble, right? Pero you will pick up yourself, and then at the end of in March 25, 2025, you'll get to be interviewed. That you'll be sharing your own stories, your own journey that hopefully might help other people as well.
Yes. Okay. On a lighter note, ano yung mga paborito mong places dito sa Canada na pwede mong i-share doon sa mga nakikinig sa atin na darating, from Philippines or bago pa lang dito? Besides, yung mga common na Niagara Falls, CN Tower, is there any particular place or spot na, all throughout Canada na napuntahan mo, ng family mo, Upeng and the kids, right, na pwede mong i-share sa amin?
Yeah, siguro iba-iba, no? Kung nag-iisip sila na, gusto ko yung maraming Pilipino, ganyan-ganyan. Huwag ka nang lalayo, pumunta ka lang sa Butters. Pumunta ka lang sa
Taste of Manila.
Yes, meron tayong Taste of Manila. Punta ka lang sa Taste of Manila. And then, i-enjoy mo na bawat lingon mo na may Pilipino. Actually, I've heard, no, I haven't experienced it, pero I've heard from one of our friends, maybe, hindi ko lang sigurado kung sino sa kanila, na yung bus, yung Eglinton bus, I think, going through Butters, no, on a Sunday, it's all Filipinos going to Ola, right? Ola ba?
Sa church, yes.
Going to church on a Sunday. Yung driver lang ang hindi Pilipino.
Hindi
pero
Pilipino.
Filipino. Yeah, I've heard that from one friend of ours. Pero hindi ko na matandaan kung sino. Pero yun, sinabi yun sa akin. So, hindi ka mawawala. Hindi mo maiisip na naho-homesick ka. Kasi doon lang, Filipino food nandoon. Right? Gusto mo ng Filipino mas? As far as I know, may Filipino mas.
Yeah, meron yata. Yeah.
So, kung gusto nila ng more Filipino lang, yan ang masasuggest ko na pupuntahan. Pero pag kunwari, medyo gusto ko mga iba naman ang ambience or whatever.
Yes.
Huwag na silang lumayo, pwede naman sila pumunta ng Port Perry, right? Medyo meron tayong Little Italy, right? Medyo, scenic siya. And, siyempre, wag nilang kakalimutan na every season, may mga pwede tayong puntahan na may experience natin na wala sa Pilipinas, which is like, apple picking, right? Cherry picking, o yung mga gustong uminom dyan, pwedeng mag-wine tasting, right? Yan yung kasi hindi natin nagagawa sa Pilipinas. Yan yung mga pwede nilang gawin dito, which is pang family din, tapos pwede rin pang group of friends.
That's good. And any advice doon sa mga Pilipino na magma-migrate dito or nandito na bago? Ano yung mga words of wisdom mo na through your experience from the moment na dumating ka up to where you are now? Ano yung pwede mong i-advise sa kanila?
Actually, medyo hindi ko nga alam kung applicable pa yung yung advice ko, kasi yung na-experience namin before from 2007 compared to right now, it's more ang tawag dito, parang accessible na lahat in just one click of the button in your phone. Accessible na lahat. So kung nahihirapan sila sa accessibility ng, let's say, just Toronto or GTA, sa pagiging accessibility nila, nahihirapan na sila. May it be, just small things. Let's say na late yung bus or whatever,
Mhm.
right? Yung mga ganong mga little mga scenarios na medyo concern nila or issues nila or whatever, nung panahon na yun, mas
Mhm. Mhm. Mas
mas
mahirap.
yes, mas mahirap. Ang GPS hindi pa accessible sa mga sa mga bus, sa
Mhm. Mhm.
transportation. Even so, maganda naman na for me, maganda naman na ang transportation ng GTA ng Toronto na lang, Toronto at that
Mhm.
time. Mas maganda na siya ngayon. Na siya na ngayon kasi unang-una yan yung GPS, napakalaki ng tulong yan eh. Lalo na
Mhm.
pagka winter time, 'di ba? Hindi ka mag-iintay kasi alam mo hindi pa naman parating. Yung mga gano'n.
Mhm.
At that
Yes.
time, hindi. Kailangan mong mag-intay. Na
May
late na
mga schedule na, yeah, may mga apps na kumbaga
may
for
mga
everything.
ngayon. Kaya
Yeah.
kung iisipin nila sa ngayon, dun sa mga nandito na no, na parang feeling nila parang meron silang mga konting-konting mga reklamo pagdating sa living here with regards to transportation or whatnot, right? Noong panahon na yun, mas mahirap. Pero nakaya naman, nakaya naman. And siguro kasi ibang-iba yung application that time,
Mhm.
ibang-iba na rin yung application ngayon. Marami na nagbabago. I think parang mga every month yata nagbabago ang
Oo.
application process, no? Basta continuous research lang. Continuous
Mhm.
research. And then, naririnig ko sa mga ibang friends ko, just check if you already are on this certain route,
Mhm.
going to, PR or whatever, right? Check other stuff,
Mhm.
be on multiple routes if you can,
Mhm.
right? May it be, staying in GTA or going outside the province, baka may
Mhm.
mas maganda. If you really wanna stay in Canada, just continuous research kasi especially right now talagang mabilis siyang magbago eh.
Mhm.
Compared dati,
Dati,
hindi ganon kabilis, hindi ganito kabilis ang pagbabago. Kaso yung application matagal.
matagal, yeah.
Pero basta yon, continuous research lang and research, and then going back to your biggest why. Bakit ka ba
Mhm.
nagsistay dito? So in
Mhm.
times of struggle or in times of nahihirapan ka na and whatnot, balik kayo
Mhm.
doon sa bakit ba kayo pumunta dito in the first place,
Mhm.
or bakit ba kayo pupunta here in the first place. And then
Mhm.
you will actually feel rejuvenated, if I may say. Na oo nga, sige sige, kaya to. Yan, kaya to.
Okay. And in that regard, what was the biggest, or what was the, I think, na best benefit or best na masasabi mo na Canada gave you?
Marami, actually marami. I don't wanna compare 'no, back home,
Yep.
pero yung sa nalasap ko kasi siyempre there's still no place like, the
Mhm. Like
Philippines.
home, yes.
Yeah, it's still no place back home 'no. Pero yun, unang-una sa lahat pagdating sa
Mhm.
right? We are given 12 until 18 months of maternity leave, right? And that's gonna be on your choice, your regard, right? And that's really important to a mom like
Mhm.
me to be given that option. Gusto mo nang bumalik sa work, fine, 6 months, go back
Yeah.
to. But if you want to be there for your child, do you know when those developing months of your
Mhm.
child, or it's just gonna be like a simple, ayoko mag-daycare kasi
Mhm.
mas mahal pa yung ibabayad ko sa
Babayad mo.
daycare. Kung ano yung
Totoo.
kung ano yung kinikita mo being employed, ipapasa mo lang kay daycare eh. Tapos
Ibang tao pa.
ibang tao pa ang mag-aalaga ng
Yeah,
anak mo.
iba pa rin yung alaga mo as a mother.
Yes, which is I am not saying in disregard or whatever because that helped me. My
Mhm.
kids were in daycare, right? But
Mhm.
at that time kasi yun yung nag-work sa akin. Yun yung nag-work sa akin. Pero you given the chance to be able to extend your maternity leave from 12 months to 18 months is a very huge deal. If I may say,
Mhm.
it's a very huge deal. And it's not offered to a lot of countries. Parang big,
Mhm.
ilan lang
Totoo.
yata. Iilan lang. Yun. And then, of course, daycare. I don't know if other regions give this, but Toronto subsidize, right?
Mhm.
They will just check your income. If it's at a certain level, your family
Mhm.
income, then they will subsidize that. And
Mhm.
We experienced that. So,
Mhm.
nakatulong yun sa amin nung mga panahon na kailangan namin
Mhm.
ng subsidy doon sa
Subsidy.
yeah. Marami, marami. And then yun nga yung sabi ko na nag-o-offer sila ng certain courses dun sa mga new immigrants, and
Mhm.
then they're also providing, stub ticket or like, token pa noon eh.
Tokens, yes. Sa bus.
Sa bus, right?
Oo.
Na-consider nila yun na, oo nga naman,
Mhm.
kung wala pang trabaho 'to, hindi sila makakapag-ano, so
Mhm.
sige, bigyan natin ng budget, right? So marami, marami talaga mga certain, and then of course, I mean, it's dollar per dollar here.
Yeah.
'Wag na tayong 'wag na tayong lumayo, it's dollar per
Mhm.
dollar here. Pagdating lang sa gas,
Mhm.
dollar ang kita, dollar din ang labas. Pero,
Mhm.
it's sad to say sa Philippines, I think from what I know, ang price ng gas here is the same in the Philippines, pero peso ang
Yes.
kinikita nila. May mga ngingilang-ngilang concerns dahil nga, 'di ba, libre yung medical sa atin.
Mhm.
I think 80% of it is given to us for free already. Pero
Mhm.
syempre, meron ding kaakibat na ano yun, na downfall. Kumbaga, ayoko
Mhm.
sabihin downfall.
Downside,
Siguro
yeah.
downside yan.
Uh-huh.
Pero syempre, you can't win, right? It's just,
Mhm.
it's not apple and apple.
Yes, totoo. It's just that Canada is set up na in a way na to help yung mga, least na may kakayahan, right? So yun yung maganda dun is because the government is supporting you to succeed in life, be it in education, healthcare, para makabalik ka or makaangat ka, which
Mhm.
is good. Sometimes it's just that may mga naririnig tayo talaga na kahit saan naman talaga merong nang-aabuso, right, ng system na 'yan. Besides your work, meron kang side business. Ano yung reason mo kung bakit mo ginawa ito? Besides siyempre monetary, right? But other than that, ano pa yung reasons mo or ano yung inspiration mo kung bakit mo ginagawa ito?
It was a friend of mine who actually like told me that hey, why not check it out? And it was
Mhm.
actually like 2 years prior COVID. And I was like, I don't think I can do that because it's attraction marketing, it's online
Mhm.
digital business, and you know how social media works,
Mhm.
right? 'Di ba? Ipapakita mo yung part ng buhay mo or buong buhay mo ipapakita mo diyan kasi it's attraction marketing, right?
Mhm.
And also at the same time, you're telling them that you're a real person. That's why you have
Mhm.
to like show yourself, do go lives or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Para makita mo na totoo ako, hindi ako AI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yun. But I said pass at that time.
Mhm.
And then of course COVID happens, right? COVID happens. I got laid off from this company. I've been working for 7 years. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, pwede pala mangyari yun.
Mhm.
Mawawalan ka ng trabaho, right? Na
Mhm.
parang nandun ka sa kumpanya ng 7 years. Pero mangyayari pala yun. But the thing is, you can't really like tell them, hey, why are you laying me off or whatever?
Yeah.
Because it was a pandemic,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
what if that happens? So that's why it's actually my husband who told me, hey, maybe you can check that out.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the reasons that you know what if that thing can happen, and as
Mhm.
I have said a while ago, yung scenario sa Canada is if there's redundancy with your position or whatever, they
Position, yeah.
tell you, okay, you know what, we don't need you anymore, and then that's it, bye bye. So I mean
Yeah.
like kailangan meron akong plan B. Right? Meron akong plan B. So, why not check it out? And then, here you go. I'm here doing it as a side hustle.
Would you say na it also helped you in terms of yung mga magkaroon ng ibang skills, right? Kasi dito sa Canada, not only, like you said, may mga instances kasi talaga na you have to be prepared na, okay, employed ka, and this is self-employed, right? So, employed ka, ang thinking mo is everyday ito gagawin ko, right? Pero not knowing na, you feel like secure ka na dito, pero, not knowing na pwede ka pa rin palang alisin, right? So, what benefits yung natutunan mo dun sa pagkakaroon ng side hustle?
Yeah, so like what you said, other than the monetary, no, parang prior to getting into this business, I said no primarily because you know what, I can't do this, I cannot go online or whatever, I can't do these interviews or do go live, I cannot be that person saying hey guys or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
can, hindi yung ganun yung personality ko, right? Hindi ganun yung personality ko. However, no, getting into the business and then doing trainings and you know, knowing more, hindi lang pala yun yung way na pwede mong gawin para lang matuloy mo pa rin yung online business mo. So yun yung nakatulong sa akin, and like what you said, you know, we have continuous learning kasi you being like, you know, if your business or like part of your business is like going through social media, and social media is ever evolving. Whatever is acceptable today may not be acceptable in the long run. So you have to be plugged in. You have to know the ins and outs, right? Yung algorithm mo, it might change, you know, it might change, and then and also you tend to you know these things like impressions in social media, and you tend to calculate, oh, the audience interaction or engagement has increased by 200%, mga ganyan. Oh, yan yung mga
You learn.
yan yung mga naaaral ko doon sa pagkakaroon. Doon yung mga acquired skills and learnings
Yeah.
ko while doing the business. Sabi ko, ganun pala yun.
So nowadays may mga nalalaman na rin tayo ng mga KPIs, yung key performance indicators, you know.
Yes. Tapos doon mo i-gauge, okay, medyo hindi maganda yung pagkakaayos ko doon. So, ano mo siya, i-tweak mo siya,
I-adjust.
ganyan. Yeah. And then not to mention, you know, right, editing, right? I don't
I
do
know.
editing before, right? And then now I can do them, right? I can do editing, right? Which is good. And then it's another way of, you know, building confidence na rin kasi as well.
Yeah.
Kasi you not having confidence and you having doubt is because you don't know, right? But now that you've acquired that knowledge, then you're more confident.
Yes,
Yun
and
yung
practice lang eh. Yes, practice lang. Like on my end din naman, you know, I'm not used to, you know, putting myself out there then, but through practice, you know, magkamali ka kasi hindi naman sila sabi sa akin ng coach ko or yung broker ko, then you know, you just have to do it, you know. If you don't start, you don't learn. Do it ever, you know, kasi sila, you know, when they started putting videos nung, you know, 5 years, 10 years ago, if sabi nila, if you're looking at those first videos ko, you know, it's embarrassing, pero you know what, it is what it is. And because of constant practice, you get used to it, and then parang nagiging natural na din. Right?
Yeah, it's consistency. It's consistency. Kasi
Consistency.
even though you acquire that knowledge, but if you stop, then hindi ka kasama nung agos eh. 'Di ba? Naiiwan ka. So parang whatever is like current now, wala na. Paano mo pa yun i-acquire, right? So kailangan talaga, especially if your business is in like, you know, social media or whatnot, right? Kailangan
Content
talaga
marketing.
magsabay ka rin. Ano yung current right now, dapat alam mo. And then, you know, it's not about like you have to do it as well. You just have to create it as your own, right? Because that's your brand, like you, that's your brand, right? You can do it, you can do that same thing, but in your own way, because yourself is your brand.
That's good. That's good. Sa mga kababayan natin na nakikinig or nanonood, yung napag-uusapan natin ngayon, it can also translate, it not necessarily sa being self-employed lang. You can be a nurse, PSW, accountant, physiotherapist, pharmacist. Yung constant na you train, right? Yung skills, yung knowledge. Kasi it's always, sabi mo nga, evolving, or sometimes yung asawa ko as a nurse, may mga continuing education siya na kinukuha because, you know, you want to improve yourself, right? And I've taken so much of your time, Sis Marian. Last question, or ano pa yung mga future plans ni Sis Maan sa journey niya? Ano pa yung gusto mong ma-achieve? Ano yung gusto mong mapuntahan? Ano yung plano mo for the future?
Future plans, actually one would be to go back to Europe, but do it the proper way. Kasi if you're on a business trip, you know, me not being in a business trip, that was my first, no. it was exciting,
Mhm.
business trip, right? Pero hindi pala. 'Pag business trip, talagang nagtatrabaho ka talaga.
Trabaho pa rin.
Trabaho pa rin, nandun yung 6 in the morning kaming gigising, 10 in the
Yeah.
evening na yung tulog namin kasi kami rin ang setup and whatnot, right? But
Mhm.
you would enjoy the scenery, yes, I'm
Mhm.
in Austria or whatnot, right? Pero
Mhm.
nagtatrabaho ka pa rin, so hindi mo na-enjoy. So that's one, go to
Mhm.
Europe and then go around Europe and do it
Mhm.
like the proper way, and this time with my whole family, right?
Families, yeah.
Travel, actually travel, kasi yan yung isa sa natutunan namin ni husband na
Uh-huh.
yung mga bagets ngayon, hindi na sila more so sa material things na toys, right? It could help, para maaliw sila or whatever.
Mhm.
Pero it's more so on the travel na,
Mhm.
kasama ko si nanay, kasama ko si tatay, pumunta kami sa
Mhm.
ganito. Yun yung palagi kong naririnig sa kanila yung mga travel. Oh, pumunta tayo ng ganito, ganito yung nangyari. It's more on the memories that will instill to them. Hindi na nila actually naalala yung binili namin for them
Mhm.
na, bumili tayo ng magnet doon, hindi na nila
Mhm.
naalala yun. It's more so on the memories. So yan talaga,
Mhm.
travel, travel. And of course, pagdating sa travel, kailangan ipon-ipon din.
So, as a family dun sa mga kababayan natin, kung bago pa lang kayo dito, you can always go camping, right? Mura lang, hindi naman, it's affordable yung mag-reserve ka ng campsite, go dun sa mga beaches dito, sa mga national parks, right? So marami pa rin and magandang magandang as a family yung experience dahil yung mga bata, 'di ba? Habang lumalaki, naaalala nila more on yung mga experiences and not so yung sa mga material things. And with that being said, maraming salamat Sis Maan at please do let me know yung contact information mo if you don't mind, right? Dun sa mga gusto mag-reach out tungkol dun sa online business mo because this is something na maganda dahil you can do also on the side, right? Side hustle which can help. And any last words? Yes, the floor is yours.
Yes, so you dun sa mga nag-iisip na mag-migrate dito sa Canada, or actually wherever, kasi a lot of countries are open with that naman, no? And also those ones that are currently here but still, in a working visa
Yeah.
status still, parang ang goal nila is to be PR and then after that citizen, right? Yun yung
Mhm.
goal nila kasi yun naman talaga yung dahilan kung bakit sila nandito. Yun lang talaga, research lang talaga, as in unending research, especially nowadays with the current situation with applicants going here or currently here that doesn't have the PR yet. Continuous research lang. If you are currently on a certain route going to PR, you know what,
Mhm.
but it's still not definite, right? It's not firm yet. Research on other routes. It may not be here in GTA.
Mhm.
I know you're comfortable here already if you're already here, right? But the goal is, your biggest why is that you've moved here is because of your family, or
Yeah.
families back home. If you're single, right, that was the reason. Go back to your biggest why. And if hindi sa GTA or hindi sa Ontario yung answer doon para makuha nyo yun, try other provinces kasi
Yeah.
from what I heard, I'm not really sure, no, from what I heard, there are certain rules there that's a little bit lenient, if I may say,
Mhm.
like, right? So
Mhm.
research, just continuous research kasi it's there, just,
Mhm.
and right now you can just like Google it, right?
Mhm.
Research, and then everything is there. So just
Totoo.
continuous research, and then kaya nyo yan.
All right.
Ayun.
Thank you. Thank you, Sis Maan. And yeah, magandang kwentuhan ito and maraming matututunan ng mga viewers natin at mga tagapakinig. Thank you
Yes,
again,
thank
Sis
you,
Maan.
Fred. Thank you,
God
thank you.
bless.
God bless.